Whatever you like to play, the best PS4 games have something for everyone. In this video there are 20 best PS4 games just released in 2023. I hope you will find something here to enjoy. You will. Let's check the list. Octopath Traveler 2. Similar to the Final Fantasy series, Octopath Traveler 2 is a standalone game separate from its prequels.
Here I come. It's over.
The world is in a different universe, the characters are new and the story is completely unrelated. Therefore, you don't need to play the first series to fully enjoy this second series. However, if you've played the first series, this is definitely an advantage because you will quickly adapt to the game mechanics. The adventure formula in this game is still more or less similar to the first series. Typical of classic JRPGs in general, you will travel from one city to another, enter dungeons to fight monsters and meet bosses to advance the story.
Everything. Stripped it to raw.
Atomic Heart. Atomic Heart is a single-player first-person shooter developed by Munchies and published by Focus Entertainment and 4Divinity.
Don't worry, honey.
The combat consists of shooting and slashing with improvised weapons. A wide variety of enemies are featured, which may be mechanical, biomechanical, biological, and some of which are airborne. A crafting system allows the player to piece weapons together from metal parts that can be detached from robots or taken from household appliances. Weapons can be upgraded via a mechanic called cassettes. Ammo in the game is scarce, and there is a stealth option. Quick time events are featured in the game. The player wears a special glove, the polymer glove, which grants powers such as telekinesis, freezing, and electricity to defeat foes. Like a Dragon Ishin. It is indeed a happy sight to see how Sega finally understands the potential of its flagship franchise. Yakuza, or who now officially bears the name Like a Dragon Ishin. Despite the character's resemblance to the modern Yakuza series, Like a Dragon Ishin comes with a new and different character adapted to the 1860s timeline that he made as the foundation. You can see it as a spin-off series that stands alone and has nothing to do with the Yakuza series that we know so far. One Piece Odyssey. One Piece Odyssey is a turn-based role-playing game in which players control Monkey D. Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates. Every playable character has a unique ability in line with their powers, which are used for traversal, collecting items, and solving puzzles. After engaging an enemy in the field, the game transitions to the battle screen, where the character's actions are controlled using menu commands. The combat system revolves around Scramble Area Battles system, where battles are divided into several areas. Tchia. Tchia is an open-world sandbox game where you play a young character on a tropical island. You can run, climb, sail, and explore. Plus, you can soul jump into animals and explore as they do, from flying as a bird to digging up bones as a dog. There are puzzles and secrets in this game, but they have mostly nothing to do with the narrative the game tries to set up. The game has many good ideas but struggles to bring them together in a cohesive way. This is an exploration game and casual sandbox game with no real aim other than creating an experience. Perhaps with some sort of structured or achievement-driven story, as well as a more engaging gameplay loop, this is a fine setting for a good game.
That night.
Demon Hunter Chronicles from Beyond. Demon Hunter Chronicles from Beyond is a mysterious adventure game that tells the story of Dawn Harlock, an unusual red-eyed woman, who must return to her family estate on Iowa Island to investigate the mysterious death of her mentor, Professor Ashmore. During the investigation, she begins to suspect that someone, or something, has crossed over into our world from another dimension and that her own mysterious past plays a large role in these disturbing events. Coming to this game, you will experience countless thrilling tales of legends as well as uncover the mysteries of the island abandoned for many years. The danger in Demon Hunter Chronicles from Beyond will be the key to giving you more courage and confidence when starting this investigation. When players successfully complete those mysterious challenges, you will bring home various valuable rewards. Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy is an immersive open-world action RPG developed by Avalanche Software and published by Warner Bros. Now you can take control of the action and be at the center of your own adventure in the Wizarding World. The game is set in the Wizarding World universe, based on the Harry Potter novels.
Legacy.
Taking place before the events of the novels, the player controls a student at the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry in 1899 who learns to wield different magical abilities and objects, aided by other students and professors. Level progression allows the player to access and upgrade different spells, talents, and abilities. The player character learns to cast various magical spells, brew potions and master combat abilities. Player characters can establish friendships with interactable non-player characters. As these relationships grow, schoolmates become companions who can accompany players on their journey, expand their abilities, and offer unique dialogue options as players learn their stories. The game received generally favorable reviews from critics, with praise for the combat, world design, and characters.
As you were starting Hogwarts late as a 5th year.
So you are the...
Disgaea 7 Vows of the Virtueless. Disgaea 7 Vows of the Virtueless first launched for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and Switch on January 26, 2023 in Japan. The demonic realm of Hinomoto is changing and the days of noble warriors are numbered. Caught up in the commotion, the lazy samurai Fuji and Bushido fangirl Perilika find unlikely allies in each other as they fight against a tyrannical regime while discovering the meaning of honor and redemption. Embark on an epic strategy RPG adventure stuffed to the brim with new features including jumbification, hell mode, item reincarnation, new and improved auto battle, and online ranked battles. You can even customize your own team with a robust roster of over 40 character classes. A Space for the Unbound. A Space for the Unbound is an adventure video game developed by Mojiken Studio and published by Toge Productions. It was released on January 19, 2023. Set in the late 1990s, the game follows Atma and his girlfriend Raya, who live in rural Indonesia. They explore their newly attained magical abilities and deal with supernatural powers that threaten their existence. The player controls Atma, a high school student in Indonesia, who is getting close to graduation with his girlfriend Raya. Through the powers of a red book that Atma finds, he gains the ability to space dive into people's minds and help fix their problems through puzzles that the player completes. The player is able to interact with people, objects, and cats throughout the game. The game also features a number of cats, which the player can pet and name. The game designer's focus was capturing what it felt like to grow up in Indonesia in the 1990s and wanted to preserve his memories as an Indonesian through the game. Reception to the game from critics was positive, with reviews focusing on the game's solid sense of place and heartfelt story. Monster Hunter Rise. Monster Hunter Rise is an action role-playing video game developed and published by Capcom for the Nintendo Switch.
How are you today?
The sixth mainline installment in the Monster Hunter series, it was released worldwide in March 2021, with a Windows port released in January 2022. An expansion pack, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, was released in June 2022. Ports for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X were released on January 20, 2023, with the Sunbreak expansion to follow on April 28. As with previous Monster Hunter titles, Monster Hunter Rise has the player take the role of a hunter, tasked with slaying or capturing large monsters using a variety of weapons, tools, and environmental features to damage and weaken them while surviving their attacks. Starlight. The goal in Starlight is simple: get to the end. But to do that, you're going to have to fly. You're going to have to dodge and swing and soar, avoiding deadly obstacles by the most razor-thin margins. You're going to have to react faster than you can think, finding your own pathway through these beautiful and dangerous cosmic playgrounds. Starlight is all about the flow, all about mastering the fling engine to become an unstoppable parkour space ninja, all about nailing that perfect run and making it through the level without dying once. It's about swinging around a deadly crystal ball just in time to barely avoid a deadly spinning crystal ring and crowing in triumph. It's also about dying over and over and over again until you become transcendent. Destiny 2 Lightfall. Destiny 2 Lightfall is a major expansion for Destiny 2, a first-person shooter video game by Bungie. Representing the 7th expansion and the 6th year of extended content for Destiny 2, it was released on February 28, 2023, after being pushed back from its original fall 2022 release as a result of the delay of the previous expansion, The Witch Queen. Lightfall expands on the base Destiny 2 gameplay by adding a new free roam world for the city Neomuna on the planet Neptune. Over the course of the year of content for Lightfall will include one new raid, Root of Nightmares, released on March 10, 2023, 2 new dungeons, and 1 returning raid from either the original Destiny 2014 or Destiny 2 that had previously been removed from the game. New and existing story content was expanded with a legendary difficulty similar to that from The Witch Queen 2022, designed to be challenging for single players but with improved rewards for completing. Wo Long Fallen Dynasty. Wo Long Fallen Dynasty is an action role-playing video game developed by Team Ninja and published by Koei Tecmo. The game is released on March 3, 2023 on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One and Xbox Series X. Wo Long Fallen Dynasty might be an action game, but after playing through brand new areas for about 5 hours, I went away realizing that it innovates on the exploration loop in Soulsborne games more than anything else. While the game's challenging combat is as stellar as you would expect from a Team Ninja game, it is the morale rank system that truly feels like it's shaking things up. Void Terrarium 2. Void Terrarium 2 is a roguelike action RPG video game developed and published by Nippon Ichi Software. It is published by NIS America in the West. Immerse yourself in a dystopian world contaminated with toxic fungi, where a robot watches over the last surviving human. Nippon Ichi Software presents the second installment in the Void Terrarium series, which follows the aftermath of the defeated Cloud Eye's plot to resurrect humanity. Robbie the robot and his human friend, Toriko, have been able to live peacefully until she fell ill to a deadly new disease. In order to save her, Robbie must venture into the past and search the remnants of Cloud Eye's memories to find clues about this mysterious illness in order to ensure the survival of the world's last human. Blood Bowl 3. Blood Bowl 3 is a turn-based fantasy sports video game developed by Cyanide Studios and published by Nakin. It is a sequel to the 2015 video game Blood Bowl 2, based on the Blood Bowl board game by Games Workshop, and is the third Blood Bowl game created by Cyanide. The game was released on the 23rd of February 2023 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One and Xbox Series X, with a Nintendo Switch port to follow sometime later in 2023. Gigantosaurus Dino Kart. Gigantosaurus Dino Kart is a racing adventure game full of awesome obstacles and power-ups found only in the world of dinosaurs. Outrun dangers like hot lava eruptions from Mount Oblivion, or feel the power of the famous Gigantosaurus roar.
3, 2, 1.
Charge through the pack by picking up special skills that give you a shortcut, or a jetpack-powered boost, or a way to knock out your rivals. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin Different Future. Different Future release for PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X on January 27, 2023, as part of the game's Season Pass. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin itself is a reimagining of the first title in the Final Fantasy series and is developed by Koei Tecmo's Team Ninja division. It follows Jack and his companions as they aim to restore the light to the crystals of the Kingdom of Cornelia at the behest of its king.
This place?
Let's take
Risen. Risen is an action role-playing game developed by the German company Piranha Bytes and published by Deep Silver. The first title in the Risen series, it was released internationally for Microsoft Windows and Xbox 360 in October 2009, with a North American release for Xbox 360 in February 2010. Ports for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch were released in January 2023. The player technically has access to most of the island right from the beginning of the game. However, the paths leading further into the island are almost always blocked by numerous wild creatures that can easily overwhelm and kill a beginner character. The combatants, including the player and enemies, has access to different attack moves, as well as parries, blocks, and dodges. Corresponding to the weapon types, player has access to 5 weapon skills. Improving skills with melee weapon unlocks additional offensive and defensive options. Dungeon Munchies. Dungeon Munchies is a side-scrolling action RPG with a focus on hunting down creatures, cooking them, and eating dishes to gain certain abilities. The combination of dishes you choose to eat will impact your entire playstyle. Hunt down monsters to cook and eat them. You've been revived in a massive underground complex and you must leave this bizarre facility. Aided by the undead necro chef Simmer, you must stay safe, get fed, find a way to get out.
Industries,
Wanted Dead. Wanted Dead is a new hybrid slasher shooter from the makers of Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive.
The game follows a week in the life of the zombie unit.
The game follows a week in life of the zombie unit, an elite Hong Kong police squad on a mission to uncover a major corporate conspiracy. Play as Lieutenant Hannah Stone, a hard-boiled Hong Kong cop, and plow through mercenaries, gang members, and private military contractors in a spectacular cyberpunk adventure. That's the end of our list. We hope you find something enjoyable to play. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up and comment below. Subscribe this channel to get more about the best games. See you on my next video.